Hello, Kim.
Hello, Hafiza. Hi, everyone. It is Smoking Convos. Yeah, yeah.
I know it's
Oh,
been a while since you've heard both of us together, so we're really excited today to be talking about a whole bunch of crap.
woohoo! We are on the audio. Sis. Oh my God, Fifi. Listen, we gotta try to get this on the video next time. But I think we're gonna do both. I think it would be great to hear it from audio and we'll do the videos soon.
Well, for everyone who, or if you're just tuning in for the first time, Smoking
Yeah.
Convos, if you want to see one of our first episodes, we do have it on YouTube and we obviously have it on wherever you get your podcasts. I would say definitely try to listen to us on Spotify. Kim has had her own separate segments there as well.
Yes, yes, yes. But I'm happy to have Fifi.
Kim, let them know, where can they follow us?
They could follow us on Instagram, Smoking Convos. 1, 2, 3. I got it. I got it. And they can follow us on Smoking Convos on TikTok. And you can follow us on YouTube, Smoking Convos. That's SMOKNCONV as in victory OS. Smoking Convos. We are back. We
Yes,
are back.
we are. And there's been a lot of things that have happened since the last
Ooh,
time.
oh my God. So much. So much has happened. You know, but you know what? Fifi, change is good. Change is good. I want to say
Change is
that.
very good. You know,
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason, and some things happen for only seasons.
Yay, yay, yay on that one. Say for the people in the back. Say.
You
Yes.
know, while I'm saying that, it comes back to I had gone to this, like, what was it? I went to a birthday party for one of my husband's cousins,
Oh, yeah.
and one of her cousins, we were playing this game. I don't know if you ever heard of it, called like Carisha Says or something.
Okay. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Girl, I was not prepared to know how fucking wild that shit was. Let me tell you. Oh my God.
Is that wild?
It's that wild. Like, if you really want to know everything under the sun about whoever you're friends with, it's like, it's everything out there on the table.
Oh, should we
Like,
play
there
that?
was a card. So, one of her cousins picked up a card, right? And
Yeah.
it said, "Who's had a golden shower?" Right?
Oh,
and,
oh,
and you know, what would your reaction be, Kim, if you picked up that card? What would you say?
oh, no. You know what? I don't know. At first, I would have laughed, okay, because I would have been like, "Really, be
Do
doing
you know
this?"
what a golden shower is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so most people and everyone's pretty much reaction at the party was like, ew, who would do that, right? So this woman, on the other hand, she drinks her shot and she said, I did it. If you ain't done it, you're an amateur when it comes to everything. I was like, what?
Oh, no way.
I'm
She
so serious.
she said that with the S on her chest, like,
Oh
"Hey,
my God, I never seen it in my life. I was shocked beyond belief. I was like, what?
what? Get out."
No, I'm
She,
serious. Then she said something even wilder. So, like, a different girl, I guess her cousin, picked up a card, was like, oh, have people guess like what age you lost your virginity or something, right?
uh-huh.
So one of the guys at
I
the
like that
party
one.
was like, oh, you probably lost it like at 14.
Oh,
And she was like, why he looked at me like that and said I was 14? I didn't have sex till I was 18. But this woman who said yes to the golden shower, she goes, I lost it at 14. Listen, I had my son at 17 and
oh,
I fucked for a reason, not
oh,
for a season. I was like,
oh. I like her. See,
and
I'm with it.
oh
She,
my God. Then, then my my cousin-in-law goes, she goes, "This is why you're a grandma at 39." I was
Oh,
just like,
true.
I'm learning too much about people today.
Wait a minute. I didn't want to be no grandma at 39. Shout out to all the people that are grandparents at 39. Oh my God. This is cancel season. I don't want us to be canceled. What I'm saying is that look, look, here I go. But no, shout out to you guys. But for other people that's like me, like no.
Nah,
39?
sis, but I never seen someone like say it like that. Like she was so proud of having a kid that young.
She
And
said,
then like she's telling the rest of us people who are impressionable, oh yeah, like this is what you should be doing. I'm like, I ain't never met someone.
wow. Shout out to this lady for being so authentic and transparent.
Nah, she was really about that shit. I liked her energy was everything, but I was just like, darling, I don't know you that well. This sounds like a girlfriend's only game, not for people meeting you for the first
That
time.
part. That yeah, like you know what? That's a good question. Like, how much would you like if you was put in a position? Because every party have a game like this. Truth be told, okay, every adult party have these type of truth or dare questions, right? So my thing is, how much would you tell
Girl,
at
my ass
this
is always
party?
opting out. I'm like, I'm not participating in this. I'm like, who knows who gonna blackmail you on shit later? I'm
Oh,
like, nope.
that's true. They be like, I remember her. She like golden showers.
Exactly. Now tell me how I'm not gonna ever not remember that looking at this bitch if
Yeah,
I ever
that's.
see her again.
I don't even know her. And okay, cool. So, but go on, girl. Keep going. Like, wow. Woo.
No, when they were playing this game, I was just like, this is like only a girls only type of night game. This is not for like dudes and girls together. It's only for girls.
Yeah, but it's like, how much would you tell of your business? You
It
get what I'm
has to be a
saying?
girlfriend who already knows most of your shit. That's how I see it.
But if you look at everyday life, even on social media, there is people that get down for their crown. You know what I mean? And they'll tell their business. Even on social media, you have people that are it's in them. It's in their DNA. They like, I don't care what people think and what people say. I'm gonna tell them my truth, so that way if they have something to come against me with, oh no, it's not like you didn't know, because I already told you I love me some golden showers. You understand? It's
No, wait, but
like,
no, but speaking about that is basically our topic today, one of them, which is like a Jada Smith and like how she be letting everybody
oh,
know what her business is going on.
hey. All right. Truth be told, no, we should have did a survey. Okay, how many of us is Team Jada, and some of us might be in between Team Jada and Team Will, and some of us is for Team Will, and some of us is like, I don't care about neither one of them. That would have
Well,
been a good
Kim, where do you
survey.
fall?
I'm Team Jada. I'm
I'm
Team
team
Jada.
like stop putting your shit on the internet, so I don't gotta read about it.
Oh no, no, sis, no, no, don't say that. You know why? I had the opportunity to listen to her interview with the first one was with the Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett. Shout out to Stephen Bartlett. The Diary of a CEO. He be on is he has a podcast as well. It's on Apple. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Spotify. He's British. He's a great interviewer. Okay, I have to say that. He answered her, asked all the questions, and it was the way he worded, the interview. He didn't make her feel uncomfortable at all.
How long
You
was this
know,
interview?
almost 2 hours.
Goddamn, girl. Couldn't be me.
Almost 2 hours. And I'ma say she's a deep sister. I'ma say that. I'ma say that. And it's one of those things that you have to see. You know, straight off the box, mental health is big time in that.
So
Big time.
give us like a, I guess like a synopsis of what this podcast basically was about. Like what was she talking about?
Everything from her childhood to her adulthood. How her childhood had an effect on her as an adult. Okay.
Okay.
She was born and raised in B More. I know a lot of y'all know. Some of y'all might, well, I could say a lot of y'all know her history. Well, if you're interested, some of y'all might not know. So she was born and raised in Baltimore. Um, Her mother and father was into the drugs. Her mom did an amazing job with getting herself together. Mom is a beautiful lady. She just chose to do that at that time. But she had to realize that she had to get herself together for her kids, right? So I'll shout out to her for that, because some people never make it out of that.
I mean,
They
that really has a lasting impression into adulthood if
It
the
does.
young life
What
starts that way.
One of the things that rung out to me during the interview, this like it just hit me, was when she said that her father said he had to go. He had to go, and at the time she was 7 years old, and that he knew that he wasn't going to be there for her.
So her
So
father said that to her directly while she was little?
directly, yes.
Wow.
So what would you do at like seriously? We all know 7 years old, somebody coming to you, I cannot be your father. I cannot be in your life. Come on. At 7? You can 7 years old, no way in the world you could process that.
I mean, you're so impressionable. Like those
Right.
are the ages when like your parents are your everything.
That part. They are your superheroes.
Yeah.
They have that superhero status. And that, man, that made me choke up. It was like, what? How can you say that to her, to the little girl? Little boy, little girl, whatever. But at this time, we're talking about her father to a little girl. How can you do that? How can you say something like that? She's very impressionable. She needs you. Right now, she thought of you as her superhero.
I mean, that's
She
hard losing like your role model really early. That's like your first version of a heartbreak right there.
that part. That part.
Yeah, it's
And you
definitely your
know
first
what?
version of heartbreak.
And that's a trauma too. So early. So early.
So then how
And
does she segue it into her adulthood?
well, if you look at her, look at the way I don't want to go into it.
Well, tell me what your takeaways were. Like, what was the things that really stood out to you for you to be like, yeah, I'm pro Jada?
um, that she been hurt since she was a kid. She didn't have no time to heal. She did not have no time to heal. She didn't have an outlet. She was busy. She was basically trying to survive in the streets. You know, without parents. Imagine that. You didn't have a child. You didn't have a time to enjoy your childhood. Your childhood was seeing drug dealers and drug pushers, and both your parents on drugs. That's what you see. That was your childhood.
I mean, I can sympathize with that. I mean, that's like, I can't imagine growing up in the same type of environment and not being like suspicious of everyone I come into contact with
That's the
going
point.
forward.
And if you look at her stance, you understand. It looked like you could tell she used to have that war built, boy. Like, okay, she had to. She was in survival mode. She was in survival mode. She didn't trust anybody. Coming from that as a child and carrying that through through your adolescent, then to your young adult, and then to your adulthood without no reprieve, without no outlet, nobody to talk to until later on in life. So you have all this built up in you. You have you know this you're a package of not trusting anyone, not having a mental break. Our brains is already fragile as it is. It's but
That's
so
true. You
much.
can't put too much trauma. It's like any limb. If you keep putting too much trauma on it, it's gonna snap at some
It's
point.
gonna snap. It's going to snap. She suffered through depression. I would too. I would experiencing that. See, listen, she thought that she was going to, at one point of her life, she thought she was going to be a queen pin.
Oof.
With okay? And to anybody who know that queen pin is a female version to a big time male drug dealer. So they got female drug dealers just as badass as a male drug dealer.
Yo, those are the ones who really be killing it out here, man.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
guys be showing their hand too often, and the girls be doing shit down low, and they be doing it for a long time.
And let me tell you something. She knew it was like no dudes could run anything across her because that's all she knew. She hung out with guys that was about that life in that street. She was taught well. She could see through all the bullshit. But sometimes it could work with you, and sometimes it could work against you. It's a double-edged sword.
I guess my thing is like this part of the where you're telling me all her background stuff seems like, oh, okay, that seems like something you should tell the public to help someone else. The part
And
I
that's what
don't
she did.
understand
Uh-huh.
is that everything is like overshadowed by the whole concept that like she's talking about how that Tupac asked her to marry him or something now.
That's
And
not even That's not even in the book. I mean, that is in the book, but it was more so her mental health. That
I guess that's
outweighs
what's so
everything.
interesting though, because the narrative right now is just mostly about that whole concept that people just don't understand why she keeps bringing up her exes. And I guess, well, I watched the video you sent me from Dr. Umar,
Right.
where he was talking about his point of view.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like. Sorry, Dr. Umar, but mm-mm.
So I will say some things he said I don't disagree with, but not everything he says do I agree with.
Guys, sis.
So like the part when he's just like, you're married to Will Smith. Why do you keep talking about things that make him look like less of a man, or like um finding ways to like talk about things that like as a husband it'd probably feel some type of way. Oh, my wife is on here talking about how she got with a guy who was my son's best friend or friend, same age, whatever it was, and
Mm,
like talking about how much she still loves her ex, all these
mm.
things. So I
So
feel
we're
like,
gonna so we're gonna focus on that, but we're not gonna focus on what led up to that. That's what it seems to me.
so that's what I'm saying though, right? The narrative
Yeah,
is based on that, which is like I don't disagree with the assessment that you shouldn't really. I understand personal trauma,
right.
but I feel like the idea that like constantly like the post trauma, if it's coming off in a way it's a negative impact for your spouse, that's the part that I don't agree with.
Okay, so we're gonna not say that Will don't have is not a contributing factor into this. Like I just think that she had a hard time of letting Tupac go.
I agree with that. I think everyone in the world agrees with that.
Okay, so that right there I could agree with. Am I mad at her talking about this? No, this is her way of, I guess, finally closing the chapter. You understand? Because all she wants is peace. If you listen to her interview, you will understand what I'm saying. And then she also did an interview with Jay Shetty too, and he's excellent too. I love me some Jay Shetty. Shout out to Mr. Jay Shetty. But I would love to meet him and Stephen Bartlett. They did a great job, But if you listen to it, I'm like, oh, so we just focusing on August Alsina and Tupac. That's
No,
what
so
we
that's the
focusing
thing,
on.
right? That's the publicity part of it. I feel like
That's
part of
there
that
it is.
is to push her
But
book
I don't.
sales.
But no, sis.
I do though, because I feel like this is a very PR thing, right? Focusing on like just like the big headline areas rather than like the whole concept of why she would do a book.
Right.
Because if you're
But
walking down the street, you ask someone, "Oh, like, what do you feel about the situation?" Nobody's talking about her past.
mm, but you know what I find interesting, and I'm gonna say shout out to. Oh my goodness, I need to like forward this to her. Our podcast. She's also on YouTube. J Lee's Corner. I like my J Lee's Corner. My girl be laying it on thick, and I'm going to piggyback off what she said. I hope everybody has that same energy when Britney Spears come out with her memoir.
Ooh, explain further.
Okay, because Britney Spears also is using Justin Timberlake, okay, and other people, but I'm gonna focus on Justin Timberlake to promote this book. She said she got pregnant by Justin Timberlake, and Justin Timberlake wanted her to get an abortion. He wasn't ready to have the baby, and she had an abortion.
I agree with you. The same energy got to be given for her too.
Bottom line,
I
bottom
just feel
line,
like we got to stop name dropping big names like that. If it's in
right,
the past and it don't affect you and it has nothing to do with what your present is with whoever you're with, I feel like that shouldn't be your narrative.
right. The only thing I see that and I agree with you, my sis. I feel like this. I agree with both. I mean, I agree. Not agree. The similarities. Sorry, people. Take two. Similarities between Britney and Jada is both mental health.
100%. Their platform is both mental health. That's without a question.
Yes, yes. Brittany went through a lot. Shout out to you, Miss Spears. You went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And
like the
Jada
whole, what was it? Like
also went
the
through a lot of
conservatorship and whatever with
right,
her. Yeah.
right. And Jada went through a lot of stuff. What the reason why also I'm Team Jada is I'm tired of men disrespecting women. Dr. Umar called her and said she got a flat ass. So what?
Yeah,
She
no,
ain't
that's
married
the
to
parts of the
you.
video that I didn't agree with.
Okay? She ain't married to you. You mad? You mad? Why you mad? Why you mad, Mr. Umar? Okay, because she got a it's not your flat ass. She married to Will, baby.
No, she's
Okay?
a beautiful woman. But then
She's
he
a
curved the
beautiful
video.
woman.
She is. And then he started bringing it to like, why do people who are in their 40s get like injectables in their face, right? And then he was just like,
Oh.
and then he was calling them pre-elderly. And I was like, oh my God. If Kim saw this video, Kim was like rolling her
See?
eyes to the
That's why
ceiling.
I'm like, this is why I'm on here today. Listen, people. This is when Kim Keisha come out. How how dare you talk about somebody's looks? Oh, we don't discriminate on this podcast. I wanna put that out there, okay? Because everybody is beautiful. I'm trying to be nice right now, okay? I'm tired of men coming after women, and especially women of color.
Nah, he
Okay,
really went in on that. He was
it's
just
not
like,
cute. I
it
want.
was
I
not.
want to. I wonder, Dr. Umar, are you going to come after Britney Spears too?
No, he's just gonna be like, we don't deal with snow people. Isn't that what he
I
was saying?
dare you. I
Snow,
dare you
something
say
he
that.
said.
Yeah, like I dare him say that. I do. I dare him say that. I dare him say
Girl, I
that.
wouldn't put it past him to say that. He could say anything. He does say anything he wants.
And that's it's sad though because you know what? It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful since you so pro black. Your mama is black. You disrespect your mother like that too. You understand? I that right there boils my blood. Stephen A. Smith, you boil my blood. Okay, he used to play ball. He's an ex basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he had a whole lot to say about Jada, which makes me question him. Are you a man or are you a female?
So what he said.
Say similar to Dr. Umar, oh, we disrespected Will Smith and she shouldn't be doing this. You gotta hear it. People, Google it. Google the interviews.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Like that's where my difference of opinion is. Like I feel like some things don't need to be aired to the public because that seems like a
Okay,
private thing between you and your husband.
true, but it's out in the book. It's in the book.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So certain
Yeah,
things like that should be between the two of you. And if
right.
you're putting it in a book, whatever it is, I mean, I guess both of you consented to it. I don't know, but I feel like as a public consumer, this
Yeah,
shouldn't be a part of something I'm talking about.
no, no. But it's out there. That's the thing. And I guess I'd rather hear it from the person than somebody else, than a third party.
So now my question is, do you agree with Dr. Umar where he says that he thinks she's doing all of this because she wants Will to divorce her?
No, mm-mm. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree either because, like,
I
obviously,
don't
if she
agree with
wrote a
that.
book, then she had months to come up and, like, say, oh, I'm
Absolutely.
publishing this. And also, I've never seen Will never not look like he's in love with his wife in every single interview.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you, Faisy. Yes.
Like, that's
Yes.
one thing I will say. That
Yes.
man always looks like he's in love with his partner.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. And I think that people's making their own, they're coming to their own assumptions, right? Because
Well,
when you
that's the
don't,
problem when you have a
and that's a
big
huge problem.
opinion.
Yeah. Yep. 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 That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. Even though Jada did not have to spill her whole heart and tears out. But you know what? Everybody, we got to get into this. Just like grieving, right? Because she said that's still something that she has to learn to deal with, which is grieving, how to come to terms with grieving. Okay. And you know what, sis? I can identify with that. That's a hard thing to do. I still can't let go of my father.
Well, grieving, I think, is a life process. I don't think
Yeah.
you ever get the
Yeah.
point where you're like done grieving.
Or maybe adapt to the grieving part, while you're going, well, have to deal with it, I guess.
Or
I don't
maybe
know.
just coming to terms with what happened and
Right.
realizing that there's nothing you could have done to change it.
Change that. Yeah. Yeah. Because
I
she
think
had,
that's what people have the hardest time with, like just the idea that, oh, there was nothing I could have done.
she not only did Tupac die, but her best friend died. So what happened was Tupac died 1 week back. It happened back to back. Her best friend died, and her best friend had committed suicide. And both of them knew each other, the best friend and Tupac, and they was like her brother and sister.
Well, that's
Th-
painful. I know the
Right,
pain of losing a friend to suicide. It's like
right.
it's a constant, like, never really being able to get over the concept type of a thing.
And I agree with her too. We all did dumb shit. We all did dumb shit in our life. We did. So people that have their nose up in the air, bring it down, okay? Because you did dumb shit too.
I
Everybody
think
did dumb
everyone's done
shit.
something stupid in their past. I think it's
Exactly.
taking accountability of it and not doing it again as you're older.
That's that part. That part. That part. That part. You
That's the
know?
part I don't understand. When people be in their like if I'm in my 40s acting like I'm in my 20s, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Right. Right. Because that's
Like,
what we
what am
have
I
to do.
missing here?
You have to take accountability in order to move forward.
And honestly, there's also a joy in every single part of your life.
It
Not
is.
like you don't have to always be the same age to get value from what the world has to offer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this. I talked to our partner. She'll be on here soon, Caroline. I
Shout
said
out
we
to
should
Caroline.
listen. Shout out. She's in class with you. But listen, we we got to get the book and give our perspectives from Smoking Convos.
Listen, I'm all about reading.
And then it'll be great to hear, and I'll make it like a four-party thing because it'll be me, you, Caroline, and Evangeline. Shout out to Evangeline. I'll be seeing her on Friday at 11 o'clock. She's gonna give her point of view about it. You
Ooh, I
know,
can't wait to hear.
when sis, whoo. Um, she reminded me of you too, sis. She's very thorough with it. And then when I was explaining to her, just like I'm explaining it to you, she said, "I see, because you're taking it from a mental health point of view." I said,
Well, that's
"Right,
why it's a beautiful thing, right? Because we're two different
right,
people, but we have
right.
not the same perspective on the situation.
Absolutely, That's what I love about this. You know,
Exactly.
Th- that's why I was saying, I hope y'all have that same energy because we're gonna do. We should get Brittany's book too, because I would like to read her book as well. I hope you have that same energy with Brittany. The same energy that you're giving to Jada, I hope you have that same energy for Brittany.
People
I
just
want to,
gotta keep it fair.
that's it. That's it. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And I can't wait till we give our perspectives on this. Because both of them share something in common. They both had traumas in their life.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
both they both experienced male problems too, right? Relationship problems. They
And they
both
both
went through it.
dated people who are public figures.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And they were young. Like Jada got married when she was 23. She got hooked up with Will when she was 23 years old.
Shout out to them for still being married.
Yes. Because I think that's what it is. They're trying to work it out. And they working it out according to them. The one thing I like what she said was nobody else has to like the way they do their thing, their dynamics on things, right? And which is true. How they live their life is how they live their life. It is what it is. So why are you turning your nose up in the air? It's not hurting them. They
Well,
don't
I
even
think it's
know none
I
of
think
us.
it's because you're putting it out for everyone to have an opinion.
True, but they also public figures. So my thing is, would you rather hear it from them or from a third party?
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of couples who are like A list, both partners, and we never know literally anything about their personal lives.
True that. And I can think of some right now. True.
Like, what's
That's
his
true.
name? The guy from the Notebook. What is his name?
Oh yeah. Him and his wife. I know who you're
He's
talking
married.
about.
He's with Eva Longoria, right? And like, we
Yes.
never hear anything about them,
Yeah.
and they've been together for like so many years.
You used to hear about things, I guess, about her, but not so much about their marriage.
Yeah, like we never hear anything about their partnership. I think it
Right.
depends on what you're willing to bring out to the public. I know some
That's
people
true.
prefer like, whatever's me and my partner that's totally private, whatever you feel about me in my professional sense, you can have any opinion on that.
Right. Then you gotta also be careful too because of the children and your family is involved. See, when you hurt, then everybody else is hurting too.
Yeah, no, that's the other thing with the whole Jada and Will Smith thing. I'm just like, how do their kids respond to like all of their personal, like their parents' personal stuff being out there and their peers having an opinion on what their family unit is like?
And I think the ones that's Team Jada, like myself, why we only getting on Will Smith and Jada? When you got other couples that went through things and it was publicly known.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Keep your shit private, guys. Like,
You
listen,
know,
be better.
because they like you coming down hard on Jada. I'm not gonna have nobody come hard on Jada. I'm Team Jada. Jada, I hope you hearing this. Listen, girl, I'm Team Jada. No, stop coming down hard on her. I don't know what got me going is that the men is disrespecting her as a woman. I'm not feeling that.
No, that's the part I don't agree with.
I'm not feeling that at all. I'm not feeling that.
We can disagree. Just keep it.
Yeah.
You can have your opinion about it. Just don't come for someone just because they're a female. That don't make
You
no
don't,
sense.
you don't have a clue what it's like to be a woman, and especially in this society, and being a black and brown woman. You understand? I'm talking about minority, straight across the board. You're a minority, I'm a minority. Listen, sis, we come from different cultures, right? It's very
Exactly.
hard. We wear targets on our backs, and I'm getting tired of men disrespecting women of color.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna shout out
and
to
to
the men
change it
who
too.
are not like that, who
That part,
actually respect women, because not
that
all
part.
men are horrible.
That part. And women as a whole. Shout out to every woman of different ethnicities.
Yes.
We got it hard as women. But you gotta know to live in it. You understand? Because I know Caucasian women will be like, but what about us, Kim? You too, but it's extra hard on us because of the color of our skin and our different religion backgrounds. We got a lot that weighs on us.
I mean, yeah, there's different types of like everyday
Right.
like concerns that you have being a minority in comparison to someone
Absolutely.
who is not. Yeah.
And there is so much to discuss. That's why we came up with Smoking Convos. Can I put that out there, Feezy? Why we came up with Smoking
Sure,
Convos?
this is a perfect time to talk about it. Go ahead, sis.
It- you
Why
know,
did we want to do this podcast?
because we want women of all ethnicities to speak up and show people what we go through in life. At the end of the day, we are all human.
Say it again. Say it again. What'd you say, Kim? We're all
Uh,
what?
We all human.
Thank you.
We all human. We go through things. You understand? We go through different things. I mean, some worse than others, but shit is shit. Shit, we all take go to the bathroom. We do number two, and number two is number two, honey, and it stinks because that's what life is. That's what we go through. It's all the same. We all human. We all bleed the same color, which is red.
To piggyback off that, because I feel like this is so relatable currently with like the amount of conflicts that we're having internationally.
Yes,
Like, this is the topic that I know most people don't want to touch on because it's
I know. Yeah.
so controversial. But my main thing is, if you don't know what I'm talking about what's going on in Gaza.
Yes.
I just want to put out there, we're all human. So
Yes.
keep the main concern of everything, not on the politics of it, but the humane aspect of it. People who are suffering are not the ones who are part of political parties. The ones who are suffering are people, common people on the ground.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they're the ones who are dying,
Yep.
while the rest of the people who are complaining and whatever are just spectating. You don't know what they're going through on a day to day basis. So
That
please
part.
have empathy in your heart for them.
Please, please, please,
Whether
and
you're
pray.
Israeli or whether you're Palestinian, you're all bleeding the same. People are
We
getting
all bleed the
injured.
same color. Yeah.
Exactly. People are getting injured on both sides of the situation. It's not one person over the other person. And also, please be kind to people who are from either Israel or Palestine.
Please do. Please. I agree.
I think it's so sickening that if you're someone who has a business from either or country, that people feel the need to go into comments and say whatever they feel like they want to say, regardless of the party talking about the political situation or not. We're
Right.
still human. There's no need to degrade them because of what their ethnicity is.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Empathy
I
goes a
agree.
long way. There's no need for people to be so hateful, especially
No.
for people who are civilians going through it and they themselves are not hateful.
Right. Right. I agree. It's disheartening. You see babies dying, you know, being mutilated. The hostages. I'm praying for them.
I'm praying
You
for
know,
everyone. Like,
I'm
just
praying
to be
for
on a
everyone.
war zone for anything is one of the
War is
hardest things.
ugly. Yeah, war is ugly. It's very ugly. It's an ugly event, and I am disheartened. I trying to find the words. I'm
I just think
disappointed
it's
as
so
well.
sad that us as a
Yeah,
country is
sad.
picking sides
Yeah, and
rather
then
than being for the people.
we're going into 2024 and we still doing this.
Exactly. It's like we don't learn every time we try to put our
No,
nose into things that have nothing to do with us.
this been going on since the beginning of time. Okay, you have people that are higher than you, and they try. I guess they are in charge of our life, right? And I'm not going to say I guess because that's what it is, right? And I'm trying to say this as delicate as possible. And something like this is very hard to, you know,
Because
to
unfortunately,
describe
the
it delicate.
reality is, depending
Yeah,
on what you say, there's
yeah,
consequences. As
yeah,
we
it
have
is.
all seen recently, if you say
Yeah,
anything,
yeah,
unfortunately, in this country, if you say anything that's pro Palestine for the victims, a lot of
right.
people have suffered by losing their
Yeah,
jobs or like
yeah.
being, all of the above.
Ostracized and yeah, and put it to the side, canceled. This
I
is
feel like
cancel
being
culture.
pro for people who are getting hurt doesn't make you anti Jew,
Right,
make you anti-Semitic. I feel like
right.
they're not synonymous with each other, and it's not the same thing.
No. Mm-mm.
You can have empathy for both sides.
Perfectly said, Feezy.
So I just
Perfectly
want
said.
people to remember that. Like, just have empathy. Like, you have no idea how, if you were in that situation, how would it have been on your end and what these
On
people are going through.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I just think that, and like I said, and I agree with Hafiza, just treat people kindly and, have empathy for people. There's a lot of things that's going on in our society today that none of us asked for, you know. Um, just have a kind heart. Just remove hate.
Yeah, being angry in a
Remove hate.
situation, it just
Yeah.
reinforces
Yeah.
the
That's all what it do.
stereotype they have for
Right.
you.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah. We
Just
praying for the
smile for people
people.
and just be clean hearted with how you go about things as
Right.
best as you can.
As best as you can. As best as you can. That was deep. That was deep. That
I
was
just felt
deep.
like it needed to be said because, when you're
Yeah.
talking about a human perspective, there's so many things going on currently that's very relatable.
And I want to say this too, along with that, please have empathy for those that are dealing with mental health issues.
Yes, we really, as a planet, need to be better about that.
Okay? Um, Not only Jada opened up doors for this, and there's other women out here, celebrities out here, politicians that's out here, that deals with mental health issues. Because at the end of the day, you don't just have to be a celebrity to go through mental health issues. It's everybody. We all human. Being a celebrity is just a career. That's all what it is.
That's
That's
another
all
thing.
what
If
it
you're a
is.
celebrity, you should always remember that. This is
You know?
it's not it comes like any other job. It come and go.
Right. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's all what it is. That don't you just known by the people, by the public, but that's your career. You
That's true,
understand?
sis.
And at the end of the day, you are human. You're not superseding, seeing anybody. Because we all the same. Period.
Exactly. So, sis,
Period.
I do want to piggyback off the part with Jada because people, a lot of them
Yeah.
talk about like the whole thing with August Alsina and whatever.
Right.
And I was watching. I don't know if you watched the show or not, which is Love Is Blind. Did you watch the most recent season?
You know what? I'm trying to catch up with that, but I will be watching it tonight. I got it right here.
So one
'Cause
of the things that I did want to talk about was the idea of like, does it matter how soon someone cheated in the past when you're thinking about perspectives of a future partner?
that's a good one. Um, does it matter?
Like how soon it happened.
Yeah, it matters. It matters
So how
because
soon is soon for you?
Oh wow, 6 months.
So if they cheated within 6 months of meeting you, then it's an issue. But what if it's like a year?
If even if it's a year, because okay, I'm gonna agree with you because it's like what you did in your past. Are you gonna repeat it in your future?
Yeah, so I guess that's what my question is, right? So in the
Okay.
show,
Yeah. Yeah.
there was I guess there was only one black couple that we see on the show.
Okay.
That we see that they're talking to each other. And the girl talks about how I guess in a relationship, I think it was like 2 years ago. I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on that. But 2 years
Okay.
ago, she did cheat on her partner.
Okay.
And the guy, his response was, "Oh, you're a immediate not an immediate cheater. You're a recent cheater."
Oh wow.
Was his response to that. So then it makes
Okay.
you wonder, okay, so recent cheater for him is 2 years, but does that mean like, does it count if it's only one time? Or is it like if you're a multiple offender? Like, how does that work?
Like if you're a serial cheater,
Yeah, like in your previous relationship, you
right?
cheated
Because
multiple times on the partner.
if she cheated once, I wouldn't hold it against that person. Because that's something that you checked yourself on. I would assume if you didn't do it again. You get what I'm saying? Like, have you learned from that? But if you're a serial cheater, then that's a red flag for me. It might not be
Regardless
a
of
red
how
flag
soon it was, or just.
in
So let's
general.
say this person you're dating, right? They
Okay,
they cheated, let's say like 3 years ago, right? They did it
that's
multiple
fine.
times with that partner,
Right.
but then they haven't been in a relationship since then, and this is 3 years later. Would you give that person a chance still?
That's a good one. I probably would because it didn't happen with me, and that was 3 years ago. I would want to see, but then it
See, it's a hard one, right? Because you don't
that's
know.
hard. That's hard. Cause I'm like, okay, cause you never dated anybody else, so that way I wouldn't have any data to go off of,
Like point of
because
reference, right? Yeah.
right there you go. Like I no more information because there's a gap there, so I wouldn't know if you had learned from that.
So that was
You
what
know,
my response was, because I was talking because after we I watched it, I was talking to
uh
Brendan, and
oh,
I was like, so if this was the situation and you was
right?
cheating on someone for like multiple times, then I'm your next relationship. Like I'm not talking to you.
You wouldn't talk to him,
No, because I feel like if you were able to do that with the partner who's before me, what makes
then
you
you
any
would do it.
different than the partner who was
That's
before
true.
you?
That's true.
It's not like you didn't love them.
Right. So then you would do the same thing to me. Right.
Yeah, so I would need it like you said. I would need there to be someone in between that where it shows
Well,
that, oh, you were able to be faithful with this person,
that
regardless
is
of that point before maybe you weren't able to.
that is similar to. Funny that you said that. That is similar to this black couple, but they was on TikTok, and Farrah Gray. Shout out to Farrah Gray. He's an influencer. Love him. He had it on his timeline, on TikTok. Okay, so he had it on his TikTok. So this couple was arguing. It was like four parts to this thing. It looked like they was at the gym, and he cheated on her in college with a man. Okay,
Okay.
but not just one man.
Oh,
Right,
multiple people.
multiple men.
So see, that's
multiple
also a
men.
gray area for me.
Right,
I feel like it hurts more if they're cheating with one person, because then it feels
right,
like there's an emotional attachment.
right, right, right. Because I was messed up on how he was acting. Because that's the way he was acting was in an aggressive manner. And she was like, no, I do not want to, if I don't want to marry you.
Hmm.
That's, because of this. Because who's to say that if I get married to you, you repeat what you did with, when you was in college. He said, but that happened in the past. She said, okay, people, who did things in the past sometimes they repeat their mistakes in the present, and I don't want to take that chance. And the wedding is off. He said, the wedding is not going to be off. You're going to marry me. You will never find nobody like me. I said, yeah, that's the whole purpose. She don't want to find nobody like you, especially the way you acting. That's the
Kim.
whole point. Now you all in your feelings. If you over men, why are you all in your feelings?
Yeah, so I feel like that's the thing, right? Like, so like
Right,
if it was same thing, right? Like, if you're dating a guy and he tells you, oh yeah, I cheated in the past,
right.
and it was like with multiple different people, or he said, oh yeah, I cheated in the past, but it was with one person multiple times. I feel like either or is not, doesn't make you want to date them until they've had a relationship
Hello.
after that where they didn't do none of the above.
Right, right, right. I felt sorry. She said, I'm going to get a restraining order. Yeah, because he was acting like he was crazy. And I said, you know what that was? And I showed my son this, and my son is 22 years old.
Girl, you
That's
too
my
young
baby
for a
still.
22-year-old.
That says, Fifi knows, Caroline knows, that's my baby. Lady, she's not a mama's boy, but that's my heart, But let me tell you, even my son said, I said, if that was your sister, he said, if that was my sister, I would have beat him up. Because the way he was acting very aggressive. She was calm though, and she stood 10 toes down in what she was saying. So shout out to that sister. You understand? She told him, I'm not going to marry you. The wedding is off, and that's that.
Good for her knowing, like, being able to stick through what her gut was saying.
And that's what it was. Her gut was telling her, you better not. You better bust a left. You better turn.
Yeah, because I feel like it takes a lot to be like, oh, I'm not marrying you. Just coming
Right.
to doing all of that and then coming to the decision that you're not going to go through with it. I feel like there has to be a lot of things going on behind the scenes for that to happen.
Right. And she said, why, and they was dating in college, right? And she said, how I know that you wasn't bringing me something home.
Ooh, that's real right there.
Right. Right. And I don't care. And this ain't got nothing to do with people for the LGBTQ. Love y'all. They ain't got nothing to do with that. It has something to do with people, period. Okay? The STDs is not singled out in specific areas.
No, just be safe. Like, that's
Just
really
be
what it is.
safe.
Just be safe.
Period. You understand? And she's right. I don't know what you're gonna bring home to me. So why should I marry you? And look at your demeanor. Like, look how you acting. So why should I marry you? And put myself through all that. And then he'll be one of those ones that he will refuse a divorce, child. You can sense it.
Oh, he gives off
He will
bad
get
energy.
yeah. You have to chase him across the world. You have to be Carmen San Diego to get him to sign them papers.
Not
You
Carmen San
know?
Diego.
Yeah,
That was a
sorry.
great show.
Shout out to Carmen San Diego. I love Carmen San Diego. Like what? That's what we doing? Relax. She said she don't want to marry you, and you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it. She don't want to marry you. You can't force somebody to marry you. Period.
That's
And that's
true. And usually, if you do end up doing that, it never works favorably for you in the future.
unless you want to go to jail, because that's what you acting like. You acting crazy right now. Because I want y'all to see this TikTok. Go on the TikTok, put in couple that was arguing over uh partner cheating on a woman with multiple men, or just put in man cheating on partner with multiple men.
Well, you heard right from Miss Kim over here.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was boiling because I have a thing with people getting aggressive in your face type of thing. Like, cause he was stepping to her like what?
There's
I'm
no
like, oh,
need for
serious?
that. No.
Right. And when and for people who don't understand this, okay, I just want to make it clear. When you step to a person, that's like hitting them. Because that's what you asking for. You gaslighting that person.
But your
That's
whole body
straight
language is
gaslighting.
saying one thing. Even if you
Right.
don't verbally say it, your body language will
Right.
speak for it.
And please don't cry victim when they come after you, okay? Okay. No tea, no shade. I said it here on Smoking
Not
Convos.
that we're trying to condone violence. Just
No, we're
know some
not.
things like you be calling for when you do things.
Yes. Yes and yes. Wow. We
Girl,
we did
that's why I be getting so mad when I watch these shows. And I see these
yes.
girls like pretend like slapping the guys in the face. I'm like, this not cute.
That's
I'm
not
like,
good.
because if it
Yeah.
was changed them the other way and he was doing that to your face, you'd be feeling some type
Oh,
of way.
y'all would call the popo.
That's what I be
No.
saying. It's not cute on either end.
No, please keep your hands to yourself, and please stop stepping towards people because that could be triggering for people.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just no tea, no shade, but that's triggering. That's all triggers, and I'm gonna say that because you starting something, and you know what? You got to be careful who you start with.
You never know who
You
has what
know,
with them.
right? That don't do that. Don't do that. If you can't sit down like an adult and have a conversation, and I think that's the problem in society today. We get in our feelings, emotions take over. Also, emotions can get you locked up. Okay, I'm keeping it gangster a little bit. You know, um,
And all you
Emotions can
people
get
who
you in a
like
lot
to
of
be saying,
trouble.
"Oh, I don't care if I get locked up," y'all don't really know how hard it is in jail, do you?
Child, because Rikers, they still have it open and they trying to close it. Okay, Rikers is something for those who live in New York. Okay,
Ain't
all
nobody who
right,
been in jail is ever gonna tell you it was something that they enjoyed.
okay. It's not like going to the beach in the island having yourself a couple of martinis.
Nope.
Okay, it doesn't make you tough. That's what I'm saying. Being locked up like an animal deserves to be free. A human being deserves to be free. You understand? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So don't act out on your emotions.
Take time, figure it out. I feel like people just gotta take time to understand who they are themselves. If you've never gone to a restaurant and sat by yourself and been
Right,
alone just enjoying your company,
right,
then you need
right.
to be doing that at least once or twice in your life and figuring out how
Mhm.
comfortable you are with you. Because then, if
Hello.
it's in a situation where someone is getting you to that level, at least you know who you are and what you could do
That,
to de escalate.
and if you can't do that, I put it up. You have BetterHelp. You have Talkspace. Those who have insurance. If you don't have insurance, they have sliding scale fees. Go get a therapist. It's nothing wrong with talking to someone.
No, it's not. Please stop with that stigmatism. It's not
Yes.
a thing. You are not crazy because you
Y-
decided to see a therapist. All
Yes.
you're doing is meeting someone who's a neutral party and they can be your sounding board about whatever you feel or whatever
Yes.
help you need.
Absolutely. It's nothing to be shamed about.
No, there
You
really
know,
isn't.
no,
And I
because
don't remember
actually,
anyone saying after therapy that, maybe that personal therapist wasn't exactly who you gelled with, but maybe the next person you find is exactly who you need.
and if you are about to do something, get somebody. If you don't have a friend, go to the grocery store owner. I'm talking about talk to somebody. Seriously. Seriously. Get somebody so that way you can cool down. There are techniques out here. I know when you're in an argument, you don't follow the techniques. I get it. Those who's not accustomed to it. But and I could tell you some of the techniques in the future as we be on this podcast. Get somebody, talk to someone. Listen, I need help. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to do something that's not normal or whatever. Get somebody.
And usually, 5 out of the 10 times, if those are the way you're wording it, someone's gonna say something.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Of course. Of course. And we all have that time. Like, and don't say, oh, well, that's not going to ever happen to me.
You never know. Life is
You
unpredictable.
don't know exactly. You don't know what life got for you. Seriously. Oh, I will never do that. How would you know? You never been tested.
Exactly. And right once you say that, that's when it goes right to God's ear, and you about to
Hello?
find out.
Hello? Hello? And it's the truth. And it's the truth. That's not a lie.
That's
That's
why never
facts.
say never is not a thing.
That's a yeah. Don't say nothing. Just shut it up. Tell your insides to shut it up. That's it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just talk to someone, because some things, we are not superheroes or like Superman or Wonder Woman or whatever. And we are able to handle things. Even the strongest breaks.
Yeah, that's true.
Even the strongest breaks. Check in on your strong peoples, your strong friends, your strong relatives. I will talk about that with the girls. We're going to do a podcast on that in the near future. The difference between a family and a relative. Did I say
Oh,
that?
that's a whole episode.
Okay. Okay. It's a difference. Let me tell you, I got slapped in my bun for that one. But you know what? You know what? It's the truth. Cause I'm like, oh, now we dividing family and relative. Are you kidding me? And there's a difference. When I heard about it, I was like, wow. And I'll share that in the future.
No, that's definitely worth sitting down and talking about.
Yeah, yeah. But today was great. We opening the door. The next time we come on here, we're going to talk more about it because this is not going anywhere. Jada, Brittany, people who's experiencing mental health issues, who had mental health issues that it carried on to their adult, hood, which falls into the line of dating too. Please be mindful of the red flags. For all of us that's out here looking for a significant other, a partner, a
If your
best
gut
friend,
telling you it ain't right, listen to your gut.
don't. Don't go with it. Yes, please. Listen. 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 Let me tell you something. Protect yourselves out here.
Yep.
Protect yourselves out here. I'm not here to scare anybody. Feezy, I'm quite sure it's not here to scare anybody, but we just want you to be alert.
Yes. Be alert, be safe, and
Right.
please, at the end of the day, have some kind of empathy.
Yes, 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 yes. And those who suffer trauma, I want to say this because that's what we was talking about, even though we jumped on that other things. Because there's a lot of us, we all being affected now in these days with so many things that we see on social media. If you have to take a social media break, take it.
I
Um,
highly recommend it.
yes, yes, please, please. I'ma say this: those who are suffering traumas or what have you, before you get into any relationship, make sure you're good. Make
That's
sure you're
true.
good.
Make
Make
sure
sure
you're
you're
good
good.
with yourself first before you try to
Please.
take care of somebody else.
Even the ones that's trying to build the family, before you have children, make sure you're good.
I can attest to that one.
Yes, you can, Miss Phoebe. Yes, you can. Like take just make sure you take every factor in, make sure you reevaluate yourself. And I'm gonna say this, it is hard to be authentic and truthful to yourself. Standing there in that mirror, no makeup, no wig, no braids, just your authentic, organic self. And be real with yourself is one of the hardest things to do. I'm here to testify on that.
Yeah,
Maybe one
that's
day.
true. I tried to do this thing with running where we were like, oh, let's try to do every day, like look at ourselves in the mirror and say like 10 nice things about ourselves.
Oh,
And it's hard to be like keep yourself accountable and like continue doing that.
it is.
And you also don't realize how hard it is to say nice things about yourself.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It is so hard. And it's not easy. And whoever said it's easy, they lying.
100% they lying. It's so uncomfortable say like having to look yourself in the mirror as your most natural self
Right.
and trying to figure out the positives. It's easy to say about someone else. It's hard to say about yourself.
I also want to touch on which and everything that we're talking about, everybody, we will have discussions about this. Trust and
Yes,
believe.
we will, guys.
Discussions about this. Being yeah, and when let's say that you are authentically honest with yourself, you got to know the difference with you being truly organically honest with yourself and beating up yourself. It's two different things because sometimes it could sway that way
Yeah, that's
to
true.
a negative space.
That's true.
And those who are going through therapy and stuff, I would advise you to do it with your therapist.
I agree 100% with that. That's why we have professionals, guys.
Right. Shout out to all the professionals, and I'm a future professional. Okay. Um,
Oh, I do want to put a disclaimer out there though, because I feel like this is very true.
yeah.
Not the first person you meet who you think is your therapist is for you is not for you.
Ooh.
Please, please. If at some
Yes.
point, if there's anything where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel like they don't understand what you're saying, there is nothing wrong with you to shop around and find someone else who suits your needs. Remember, they are here for you. You are not here for them.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
try to find someone who fits what you want. There's no need for guilt. There's no nothing. There's a lot of people out in this world. There must be someone who can relate to your issues.
We're gonna bring a counselor up here one day, and you know
I'm
who she
excited for that.
is. Okay. And she could explain. I have a friend also, another friend. We got a more me and Fifi and Caroline share this friend, and the other one they don't know yet, but they will know. She's also in the mental health field as well. I got a couple of people I'm thinking of, and we'll talk about that soon, where we're gonna have guests up here that's in those professions, and they could share.
They can shed light to you from their
Yeah,
point of view.
yeah, yeah. And I could tell you this as a future, it's right around the corner. Sorry, I'm throwing in a shameless plug. Right, right. Soon I'll be a certified coach. Hey, but I'm really like, what kind of coach she gonna be? But the best coach in New York. Now wait, hold up.
Put that out there, Kim.
Sorry, sis. But I'm gonna say this: even the therapists, uh, the clinicians, the school psychologists, psychiatrists, they also have to be have to see a therapist. Every therapist see a therapist. Every
Yep.
psychologist see a psychologist. Every psychiatrist see a psychiatrist. Because not only are they helping all of us out, but they gotta help themselves as well in their personal lives and make sure they okay and they are equipped to handle and help you.
Exactly.
So give thanks to all the mental health workers out here.
Exactly.
Okay? Ay, ay, ay.
I think
So
this was a great discussion. I just
it
want everyone
was.
to be take away the main points, which is, be be understanding of everyone
Yes.
and anyone. Just do that.
And
Try to give
empathy.
people some grace.
Practice empathy, y'all.
Exactly.
Practice empathy. Incorporate that in your lives. And I know society have us very anxious right now. According to the CDC, shout out to the CDC. Y'all have been overworked for these last couple of years. They said New York has the most anxious people.
I mean, I
I
wonder
believe
why.
that. Yeah. It says we believe that. Yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah.
everybody is like, if you say I chew, they like, okay, we're gonna fight. You know, like
Exactly.
they are we all on edge. Okay. That's technically what they were saying. Um, breathe. Take time to breathe. You know, if you need a break from work, take it. For all the bosses, have empathy on your employees, please.
And employees have some empathy for your bosses.
Or for your bosses, vice versa. Because, you know, society is rough now, but we all got to have to try to somehow, some way be there for one another.
Exactly. You heard it right
Okay?
from Kim's mouth.
Okay? All right. So this is
I
the end
love
of.
this, guys. And if you
Yes.
want to continue the conversation, you can find
Yes.
us on YouTube. You can find us wherever you hear podcasts. We
Yes.
are Smoking Convos. Kim, you want to say the Instagram and not Twitter? What's the other one?
The Instagram, I think, is smoking123. TikTok is just smoking convos. Type in smoking convos, we pop up. And YouTube, smoking convos.
And for till next time we see each other.
Yes. Oh, one more thing. We building, so expect some new things from us. It's coming soon.
Yes, stay
It's coming
tuned.
soon. Coming soon. All right. We love all our supporters out there, our future supporters. Like. Um, what else?
Share us wherever you
Subscribe.
can. Yes,
Yes, and
subscribe, share, all the above.
share, please. Share. Okay? All right, Feezy. It's
All
been
right,
great,
sis.
girl.
Till next time.
Till next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.